Hi everyone, it's Lindy on from Pink Whisper Designs. I'm really excited today. I got my brand new Spellbinders Platinum Scout machine and I want to unbox it with you, and then I also want to create this card with you. So let's go ahead and take a look at the machine. So here's the box. This is the Spellbinders Platinum Scout. Now I got the white one. This is through scrapbook.com, and I will have all my links down below for you. But they're also carrying a pink machine. It's called Rose Quartz, and it's really pretty. So you might want to check that out as well. Again, I'll place those links down below. Now, when I open up the box, the first piece of paper there is a little pamphlet to register your machine. And then you get this manual, and it's going to give you all the measurements inside the manual for all the plates. And it does include a universal plate die cutting system, just like you could purchase or get with your Platinum 6 die cutting machine. Now, it also tells you how to stack up your sandwiches for the best die cutting and embossing. Now, let's go ahead and open this package. This has an embossing folder, a slimline embossing folder in it. And it also has a little set of dies. We'll be using those to create our card today. So I'm going to go ahead and set those aside. And then these are the plates. You do get a shim. You get an embossing mat, an adapter plate. You get 2 of the C cutting plates. And then you get a platform top and the platform base. And these 2 will give you all of your sandwich designs. So you'll know exactly how to stack up your dies or your embossing folders. And then this came in the package as well. It's a little Allen wrench, and it would be to attach your handle. But as I pulled this out of the box, I realized it already has the handle on it. So I'm going to guess those are just some extras in case you lose some of those pieces. So look at this little machine. Is this not the most adorable thing you've ever seen? And the base of this measures approximately just a little under 6.5 inches. And with the handle, it's about 10 inches long. And then the dimension this way at the highest point of the little machine is about 4¼ inches. So it's really small, really handy. And let's compare it really quickly to the Platinum 6 die cutting machine. And this one measures about 10 inches across for the base of it. And then with the handles, it's about 13.5 inches. So let me just lay one on top of the other so you can see the difference in the 2 sizes. And it's quite a bit smaller than this other one. And let me also show you when it's opened up the size difference as well. So the plate sizes for the Platinum 6 are about 8¾ inch by 6⅛ inches. And then again, the plates for this little machine, the Scout, are 3½ inches by 9 inches. And a little fun fact I want to mention is that these plates, these smaller plates, will fit in your Platinum 6 die cutting machine as well. And it's very light as well. It weighs 2 pounds and 10.6 ounces, so just a little under 3 pounds. I wanted to just quickly show you, because I use my Sizzix Sidekick all the time, I wanted to show you the difference in these 2 plate sizes. So that is the Sizzix Sidekick, that darker one, and that's the extended plate. So the base, the platform base, the platform top, the cutting plates, and the adapter plate are 3½ inches by 9 inches on this little Scout machine. And for the Sizzix Sidekick, the plates are 6 inches by approximately 2½ inches. And you can see that difference there. And again, this is the universal plate system that's included with your little Scout machine. Now, I did notice on this machine it doesn't have a handle on top like the Platinum 6 die cutting machine does, but you really don't need that. It's very lightweight, very compact, very easy to pick up. And let's take a look at the plates again. You have a platform base, And this base will give you all the information you need to stack up your sandwich for whatever you're doing, whether you're die cutting or embossing. Then there's the platform top, and then you get 2 of the C cutting plates. So in order to do a die cut here, I'm going to use the platform base, the platform top, the C plate, my cardstock, my dies, and then the second C plate on top. And then we can go ahead and run this through the die cutting machine. And it really did die cut beautifully. I really didn't see any difference between the way this die cut versus the Platinum 6. And you guys know that's my favorite machine. I love my Platinum 6. I also have the large Platinum as well, the original Platinum, which I believe has the plates of about 8.5 by 11 inches. So that's quite large. So there you can see we've die cut all those little dies that came with the machine. And let's go ahead and do the embossing folder. And again, the sandwich is right here on the platform base and the platform top. So you can easily look those up. It's also in your manual as well. So I've placed some cardstock in that beautiful embossing folder. So let's go ahead and create our sandwich. We've got the base platform, and then we've got the embossing folder with the cardstock inside, and we've got our adapter plate on top. And we can go ahead and run this through. And I thought this embossed beautifully. Again, same as the Platinum 6 die cutting machine. And what's really nice about this machine is you can definitely take it with you. It's very lightweight and easy to travel with. So let's go ahead and create our card using the embossing folder and dies that came with this machine. I'm going to start off by using the Vicki Boutin Cosmic Watercolors, and there's 2 different sets here. One is called Hidden Gems and the other one is called Rainbow. I'm just going to grab blues and greens for my project today. And these again are watercolor, so I'm going to spritz these with a little bit of water from my distress sprayer just to get them activated. And then I'm going to take a fairly large brush, and I've got a piece of Strathmore Bristol Smooth cardstock. I'm going to spritz that with some water as well. I just want to create a really pretty watercolor background. Now these, when these dry, they're going to have a beautiful shimmer to them. They're absolutely gorgeous. And so again, I really wanted to show you how I'm just randomly placing the color on here. I cleaned off my brush in between, and I'm just going to load up some colors, just kind of mixing the colors, cleaning my brush in between. And then you can spritz this as you're going along with more water. I'm going to wait to the end. I'm just going to lay down all these colors, and then we'll spritz it one more time. And you can see, again, I'm just laying these down. I'm not being fussy. I'm not worried about where I place them. I just want a random look. And you can come back in with some additional color if you want to darken things up just a little bit more. So once that's done, I gave this a nice spritz all over just to really blend those colors nicely. And then just filling in any little areas that I thought just needed a bit more color. So I'm just dabbing on a little color where I see some of those white areas. And then if you have any excess ink, you can come in with a paper towel and just kind of dab that up, or even use your brush to dab up any of that excess. We will be cutting some of this away later on, so I wasn't really that worried about it, but I did want to show you that you can easily dab up that excess color. And look at this, once it's dry, this beautiful, gorgeous cosmic shimmer that you get. And I also took a scrap piece of Strathmore Bristol Smooth cardstock, and I added a few of those colors to that cardstock. So let's go to a few of the dies that came with the set. There was also an additional die that said Best Wishes. I'm not going to use that today, but I've got these little flowers, leaves, and then the centers. Let's start by embossing the cardstock. I've got my base, my embossing folder with the cardstock inside, and my adapter plate on top. We can run those through just like we did before. And with this cosmic watercolor, you'll see how absolutely gorgeous this is. So then let's grab those dies and we'll run those through. So I've got the platform base, I've got the platform top, my C plate, and then I'll put my cardstock down and my dies. And I'm just using the blue for the flowers, the green for the leaves. We'll do a couple sets of those leaves, so I've got some extra green there. And then for the centers, I'm going to use the metallic gold cardstock. We'll place the other C plate on top and run those through. I'm just going to cut a little bit off those two sides and the ends. I want to place a layer of black cardstock behind this. So I'm just going to cut this down a little bit. I'm just using my Fiskars paper trimmer to do that. And then I'll cut a piece of black 100-pound cardstock that will fit right behind this. First, let's create our card base. This measures 7 inches by 8.5 inches, and I'm scoring it at 3.5 inches. So the card will measure 3.5 by 8.5, which is a standard slimline card size. And in order to score that all the way down on my mini score board, I had to flip it around. So score it at 3.5, about halfway down, then flip it around and score it at 3.5 again. And that'll give you the score all the way down. So here I've got my layers, I've got my black cardstock, and I've got my Nuvo Deluxe adhesive. Let's go ahead and glue all of these together. I'll just center this, and then we'll glue this to the card base, and that'll give us some really pretty layers for the card. And then now that that's all assembled, I created off camera, I created a couple of congratulations banners, and I used my hot glimmer foil system from Spellbinders to do this. And I did one with the white opaque on black cardstock, and then I did one with the gold on white cardstock. And I will list and link all of those products below for you so you know exactly which dies or which hot foil plates I used. And then I've got some 3D foam tape, and I'm going to pop this up on the front of the card. I did foil some extra sentiments. I like to foil a bunch of them when I'm making them so that I have them ready for cards. In other videos, I've done the foiling on camera. For this video, I just wanted to quickly show you the brand new products that came with the little Scout machine. Now, I'm also going to go ahead and pop up these little flowers that we die cut out of that blue. And I'm just using my Sizzix sculpting tools to do that. It has that little round ball tip on the end, and I'm just using it to create some dimension. And I've got the sculpting mat underneath there, so that's really easy to do. And then I thought these centers of these flowers needed a little bit more of that cosmic watercolor in the dark blue. So I'm just using that brush, picking it up, and just giving those centers a little bit of a shadow. Let's go ahead and clean off that brush. Oh, and if you're wondering, what I do is I keep clean water in my little Mentos gum containers. It has that nice little snap lid, so you can snap it shut. I keep quite a few of these on my desk with clean water in them, so I don't have to keep getting up. And it really holds the water nicely, and again, keeps it from spilling. So here, I'm just going back with those same ink colors and just adding a little dab, just again to add a little bit more color and shadowing to my leaves. And then with a clean wet brush, I'm just going to blend those out a little bit better. I've got those gold centers. I've placed some glue in the center of each of these flowers, and I'm going to pop those in place. Now we can add those to the front of the card. I'm just going to use 3 of those, 1 large one and 2 of the smaller flowers. And I'll use my scrapbook.com foam squares. These are the small foam squares to just position those. And I did cut some of these in half for these 2 smaller flowers. And then what we'll do is position all of those leaves in and around behind, just create a little flower arrangement for the front of the card. This card would be great even as just a thinking of you card, or I was even thinking a sympathy style card would this design would be really nice for. Just change out your sentiment. I love this embossing folder. I think it has a lot of possibilities. You could just use part of it. Just cut this in half and create a standard A2 size card. So let's tuck in those last little leaves. You could also keep an extra flower and leaf for the center of your card. Once you stamp your sentiment on the inside, you could place a flower on the inside as well, just to tie everything together. And for the little centers, I went ahead and die cut a bunch more out of that same gold metallic cardstock. And I'm going to place one in the center of each of these flowers. I'll use the larger size for those larger flowers and the smaller size for the smaller ones. Now, again, here's our little scout machine. So cute. And it helped us create this really fun card today. So I really hope you enjoyed taking a quick look at that brand new scout machine. And again, it does come in the rose quartz through scrapbook.com. So the links are down below for you if you're interested in any of these products we used today. And I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you don't miss a single video. As always, thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you all have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.